What do you think of the WASL from what you have heard of it?
I don't know. I know it's just like a test, but it sounds like a good idea just to have a general test for everyone to pass, so there's some kind of standard.
What was the toughest part of the test?
The writing part.
The writing, okay. Do you think it's a good idea to have one test that you have to pass to get a high school diploma?
Yes, yeah.
You enjoyed being a page?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Good.
You get to meet a lot of new people and stuff. You just learn how a bill is passed and all the steps that you go through, and it's really long, and how laws are made, and just how it all works.
We changed the WASL where it would be an end of course exam, so like you take, say, Algebra 1, you take it all year, and then at the end of the year you take an exam to see if you learned Algebra 1. And so it'd be end of course, geometry, biology.
I think that would be a lot more effective than what they have now.
Well, thank you for supporting my good idea. What do you think of the WASL?
I don't think it's a very good system.
Really?
Because each answer is subjective to your own ideas, and it's also subjective at least a little bit to the score of the test, as it is not machine scored. And the questions at times are a bit vague and not well formed.
Huh. Well, that's an interesting. But you've taken the test.
I have.
Did you do okay?
I did very well.
Yeah, well, you're smart.
Yeah.
Good. But what do you think of the idea that we hold it up as a high school requirement? Is that a good idea?
I don't think so. I think there should be a more standardized test where each answer is quite well defined as a right or wrong answer for everyone.
Okay. You having fun here?
I'm having a ton of fun.
Good. Maybe you're going to be a representative someday, huh?
That'd be cool.
I really just think you have to know the form that they want you to write it in and just fill in the blanks. And I don't think it really tests your knowledge.
I think we've run into some pretty smart students, don't you think? In WASL, we emphasize reading, writing, and math, and now science, right? Do you think that it might cause students not to think about art and music and other things by emphasizing the WASL so much?
Yeah. And I think that the teachers tend to just teach like what you need to know for the WASL instead of teaching maybe life lessons that would be more providential in later in life.
You're going to go to college?
Yeah, definitely.
And what do you think of the WASL?
Look at that. Now she's putting me on the spot. I think it's created some challenges. But on the other hand, I think schools are working harder than ever before to try to upgrade the knowledge and skills of students. So this has good effect, but I do have my concerns. We're working on some WASL legislation this session. And so we think we might be able to improve the assessment system of going to what we call end of course exams. In other words, you take Algebra 1, you take it all year, and then at the end of the year you have an exam to see if you made it. And then we do the same with geometry, the same with biology. What do you think of that idea?
I think that would be much more effective to see what you've actually learned and not just general knowledge.
But wouldn't biology be taught differently in each school?
Well, we'd have the same standard for all schools, so the instruction would be to the standard, and it would be a standardized test, so every student throughout the state would take the same test. What do you think?
All right, that'd probably be better than just a bigger range of
General science tests.
Yeah.
The United States has one of the highest delinquency rates in people who can't even find basic large countries on a map, and even their own state. So I think there needs to be a social studies and geography and history section.
Right. As a former history teacher, I agree. I think that all three of you have the potential of being a state representative, and I'll endorse any one of you when it comes time to run. Just get if I'm still around.